Welcome all of you. So in this video, we will basically learn how to use MS Excel. This is the first part of my video, Introduction to MS Excel. So basically, Excel is called as a spreadsheet software. It is called as a spreadsheet software. So in MS Excel, the basic advantage of Excel is that we can create worksheets, we can store the data in the form of rows and columns, and it is used to do calculations. We can provide various kind of formulas on MS Excel. We can do various kind of calculations in MS Excel. There are various inbuilt functions in Excel which can help us to solve our task, which can help us to do complex calculations very easily and quickly. So basically in Excel, this file is known as a workbook. This is called as a workbook. And each workbook has sheets, different sheets, and these sheets are called as worksheets. As you can see at the bottom, sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3 are written. So in this worksheet, there are by default 3 sheets, and the sheets are named as sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. And this entire Excel file is known as a workbook. And we work on various worksheets. We create worksheets in Excel. And these small rectangular boxes, which you see when we open the file, these boxes are known as cells. They are called as cells. Each cell has a particular address which is formed by a combination of column letter and row number. Column letter and row number. So what is that basically? If you see on the top, you will see there are various columns, headings like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So these are column headings. Okay, and on the right side, on the left side, if you see, there are various numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. They are called as row numbers. Okay, so these verticals are the columns. This is called column A, this is column B, this is column C, and so on. And the horizontal way we put the rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the row numbers, and A, B, C, D are the column letters. Okay, and the cell address is made up of column letter and row number. So what does it mean? That if my cursor is on this cell, the address of this cell is E2. This is the address of the cell on which I have clicked. So when you click on any particular cell, you might have seen there is a dark boundary around that cell. That cell which is having a dark boundary is called as an active cell. This is an active cell, and whenever we write something, we always start writing in the active cell. So whenever we click on a cell, that cell becomes active. A dark boundary come across on the boundary. The dark boundary comes on that cell. Okay, each cell has a particular address. So if I talk about this cell, the address of this cell is A1, because A is the column and first row. So the address is A1. If I click on this cell, the address of this cell is J8. Why J8? Because this is on column J and the row number is 8. Okay, similarly, if I go down and suppose I am on this cell, the address of this cell is H14. And why H14? Because it is on column H and row 14. We never call it as 14H. We never call it as 8J. Always we write column letter first and then row number. So we always refer the cell address by using column letter and then row number. So it will not be called as J8. It will be called as J8 but not 8J. Okay. So column letter comes first and then the row numbers. Now exactly the next thing is how to write formulas in Excel. So we will see that a formula in Excel always starts with equal to sign. So whenever we have to start writing a formula, we always write an equal to sign before beginning our formula. So suppose I am writing, I have to find sum of two numbers. So I will write equal to 12 plus 34. Suppose these are the two numbers whose sum I want to find, and press enter. Once you have written the formula, press enter. So it is giving the answer 46. Suppose I forget to write equal to sign and then I simply write 12 plus 45 or whatever number I want to add and press enter. It will not show the result because this it will be taking this as a text or a value, it will not take this as a formula. So to make sure that we are writing a formula, we have to first of all write equal to sign, and then whatever formula we want to write, like 6 into 8. So this is a sign for multiplication, which is above 8. So 6 into 8 and press enter, it will give the result. Similarly, if I have to divide, equal to, you write any value, 60 slash 5, enter. So you are getting the results like this. So we can perform any kind of simple calculations by using various mathematical operators. You know what are the various mathematical operators? Mathematical operators which are used are plus sign, minus sign, multiplication sign, and divide sign. So these are the various operators which we can use while performing any calculation, by writing any formula in Excel. And always make sure a formula in Excel always starts with equal to sign. This is the thing which we have to keep into mind. Otherwise, if you don't write equal to sign, it will take as an ordinary value and not like a formula. Now we will see how to use cell address in a formula. I am just selecting all the cells and pressing the delete button to delete all the contents of the cells which I have selected. Now suppose I have to find sum of two numbers. I am taking a simple example. The number are 10 and 30. I can write equal to 10 plus 30 and press enter. It will give the result 40. And now I will just write a formula using a cell address. Now we will see what is the difference if we write the formula using cell address instead of the value. So here we have written 10 plus 30 and we have pressed enter, it is giving the result. And suppose the values are written in two different cells. 10 is written in cell A1, as you can see, it's in the column is A and the row number is 1. Similarly, the cell address where 30 is written is A2. By A2 because A is the column and second row. And now if instead of writing the values, I write the cell address where these values exist. So I can write equal to, click on the first cell, that is A1. I have to add 10 and 30 which are given in A1 and A2. So it is showing A1 and you can see a blinking border across this cell. Right plus sign, click on 30. It is showing what? A2, because A2 is the address of the cell where 30 is written. Press enter, it is showing 40. So both ways we are getting the result. If I write 10 plus 30, then also you will get the result. If I write equal to A1 plus A2, that is the cell address of the values where we have written these values 10 and 30, so then also you are getting the result. So why should we use a cell address and not the value when we are writing a formula? Why it is preferable to use cell address in a formula instead of a value? The reason is, suppose if my values change, like suppose if instead of 10 I write 78 here, you can see the formula result has been updated automatically. But if you write the values, you cannot update the value, you cannot update the result like this. So the formula will automatically recalculate. The formula will automatically recalculate once the values which are contained in the formula changes if you are using a cell address. So if I am writing any value here, you can see the result has been changed. So this is a property of Excel. It will automatically recalculate the result of a formula if any one of the input cells which are there in the formula changes. So which is not possible if we are using a constant value like in this particular formula. And if you want to see what formula you have written in a cell, you can simply double click on the cell and you can see the formula. You can also make changes in the formula like this. Okay, and here if you want to see the formula, double click and it will show you the formula. There is also one more method of seeing the formula inside a cell, that is this bar. This is called as formula bar. This is a formula bar, and a formula bar shows the formula or the values which we have written in a particular cell. Like if I click on this cell, it is showing 78, the value which is there in this cell. If I click on this cell, it is showing equal to A1 plus A2. So it is showing the formula written in the cell. So the formula bar shows what formula has been written in the cell. If there is no formula, it will show the value which is there in the cell. Okay, so this is the use of formula bar. Now let us now let us now write make a table to store some records. I am just selecting the cells and pressing delete button to delete the contents of the cell. And these are the simple tools which we can use to increase the size and font style, changing the color of the text of the worksheet. So these tools, so you already know because it was there in MS Word also. Same tools are there. So suppose I want to store the name of the students, their marks in English, Hindi, maths, science, okay, and SST. Okay, now you can see since the column width is small and my text is not fitting in this column. So what I can do is I can increase the width of the column. You can see the header for the column A, B, C, D, E, and so on. Place the cursor on the boundary of any one of these column headers and drag it. So you place the mouse pointer on the column headers border, and the mouse pointer will change to a double-sided arrow and drag. So on, if I want to increase the width of column C, place the mouse on the boundary of the column C and drag it. So like this, you can increase the width of a column. Similarly, you can increase the height of a row. Like these are 1, 2, 3, 4 row markers are there. You can just simply drag it through the boundary of to the borders of any one of these rows. And suppose now I am writing the values inside it. To write a value, just write the values and press enter. The values will be filled in the cell. Okay, now I am writing marks of English. So any values I am writing here, and marks of maths. So suppose I am taking only three subjects right now. I am taking English, science, and maths. So these three subjects I am taking right now. I'm increasing the column width here. So now if I have to find total marks of the students, so we can simply write total here. And then press enter. I have to find total marks of each student, that is marks of English plus science plus maths. So first of all, the formula always starts with an equal to sign. So we have to write equal to sign first. Click on English, that is 60, and a blinking boundary is coming on this cell. And here it is written B2 because 60 is in B2, B column and second row, and then write plus. Click on the next value, that is 78, and plus click on the next value, that is 66 for maths marks. And now the complete formula is equal to B2 plus C2 plus D2. So this is the formula for total marks for the first student whose name is Sam, and press enter. Okay, now the total marks of first student has come over here. We can also write these values ourselves. Instead of clicking on the cell and getting the cell address, we can also write it ourselves like this, equal to B2 plus C2 plus B2, and press enter. So both ways you can write the formulas. Now suppose it's a long list of values. Right now I have written only four students' names, but there can be more than four students in this particular table. In that case, I don't need to write the formula for each and every student separately. I can simply write the formula once, like I have written it here, and simply place my cursor in the lower right corner. If you see on any cell, in the lower right corner, there's a small rectangle, a small dot is there. This is called as fill handle. This is called as fill handle. This is on the lower right corner of the active cell. So when you click on any cell, on the lower right corner, you see a small dot, a small rectangular box is there. When you place your mouse pointer on that rectangular box on the fill handle, that is called as fill handle, the mouse pointer will change to a plus sign like this, and then press the mouse button and drag it down. This is used to copy the formula to other cells. Now you can see I am getting the total marks of each student now. So if I double click on this to see the formula in this cell, you will see the formula has changed to B3 plus C3 plus D3 for the second student whose name is Jay. So if I clicked on the last value here, the formula has changed again to B5 plus C5 plus D5. So as you can see, when I have copied the formula, it has automatically changed the cell address respect to the position where I have copied the formula. So from here we have started from B2 plus C2 plus D2 because it was in second row. And if I go down, if I click on the fourth record, which is on fourth row, the formula has automatically changed to B4 plus C4 plus D4. So this is the advantage. So what exactly you have to do? You have to write the formula for only one of these students. Place the cursor in the lower right corner of the cell, that is called as fill handle, and drag it down to get the answers for rest of the cells and to copy the formula. You can also change the color of the cells by selecting these cells and click on this fill color option from here and select any color from here. And suppose if you want to change the color of heading, you want to give some other color for the heading, select this heading and select any color which you want to give. Similarly, if you want to specify some border around these cells, select those cells, and this is a tool for border just before the fill color tool. This is a tool for borders, and select all borders option from here. So these are the options which you can use to apply a formula. So please click on subscribe button to get the latest videos and updates. To subscribe to my channel, please click on subscribe button.